scrapbookers and creative friends. I'm Linda Petuch, Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Jupiter, Florida. Welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I dressed in my only reindeer shirt for you because today's episode of Thursday Thoughts is called Oh Dear, because I played with the punch that we have that's a reindeer, but I also was inspired by some designs of reindeer that I used to do with my primary students, and I played with some of our materials, and that's what I want to share with you today. I won't keep very long because this is a busy time of year. So let's get started. Now, if you have time either before the holidays or after, and you want to create some of these, if you happen to have this little deer punch, it's just called reindeer. If you have this of course is ready-made for you. But then I decided I wanted to, as I said, make a design influenced by by some of the designs I did with my students when I was teaching primary school, and these are the punches that I used. Now I have the paw print. This section right here makes a really great reindeer nose. This was the only circle. I can't find the circle that I used for one of the noses. So any circle punch that you have that would have an appropriate size nose, circle for the nose, that's great. This square punch is a great design to cut down. You punch with this, and then you cut it down at an angle. And that kind of looks like a reindeer head that we used to have our students make in this design. So there's that one. And then, of course, it's a reindeer. We need antlers, which, by the way, it's the female reindeer who keep their antlers in the winter. So hello, Santa. The girls are doing the work. So I used this because I thought, oh, that would make really great antlers. And then after I made my first one, I'm thinking something's wrong. It's missing something. Oh, yeah, she needs ears. So then I thought, this is holly vine. I thought, oh, these would make really cute ears for the larger deer and the smaller one. And then, of course, you'll see that I had to cut some freehand. Of course, you'll need your 12-inch trimmer. And this is pretty much the punches I use, but don't limit yourself. Look at what you have, and you might be able to use some of these and just look at them a little differently. See what you can come up with. Okay, now let's look at my designs. I'm excited to show you. I'll start with this one, which is the simplest one, and you may have seen this before. I did a video called Punched and Placed, and this is what I used. I used the reindeer punch, punched out 5 of the deer up here, and then I just transferred them. These are both mounted, by the way, on that platinum shimmer paper. I just love that. So I mounted them there. So I put the 5 down here that were punched out of here. Very simple, but it looks really pretty together. And of course, this plaid had this silvery shimmer here, so that's why I think it goes beautifully together, and you have room for 6 photos. These are directional, so I mean, you could be crazy and put them upside down, but I think this is simple and beautiful, and I like the way this turned out a lot. Here's my new variation using those same reindeer punches. I had a lot of these pre-punched from the bronze shimmer, so you'll see them a lot on my pages. These were stickers, gosh, maybe from Totally Tonal, or these are old punches and stickers that I had. Other Christmas collections. Don't limit yourself. So anyway, so here's this page that has a border at the base. I just added some sticker trees, reindeer on there, picked up on the kind of red that's here, and off we go. You can mat or not match your photos, and you've got another beautiful page with the deer out in the forest. But we can see it's a holiday forest because we have some bling on these trees. Or that could just be sparkling sunlight. Who knows? Here's another variation. And this time, I decided to have these reindeer communicating. They're good communicators. So, I folded the base of this paper. This might be Totally Tonal from a few years ago. That looks kind of like a cable sweater. So I folded this up at the base, a 2-inch fold, so it would have a room for this reindeer room here at the base. I mounted this on Kelly green cardstock. So I left a little at the base because that's what I punched our little deer out of. And then you can see that again at the top. I added 3 sticker borders, and voila, I'm finished. Now I can mount or not mount my photos on here, but you have a lot of room for a lot of photos with our little deer, enhancing it. Now I want to show you how I played with creating my own little deer. Here's the first one I want to show you. Again, I use this, I believe, Totally Tonal Christmas. And you can see my little deer that I made here. This was from the square punch. I just cut them at an angle. You can do it on your on the trimmer, or you can just do it by hand with your scissors. It's not that large of a piece. But you see that when you punch out that branch punch, it makes really great antlers for the reindeer. So I just cut them off. Again, I use the bronze shimmer on all of these and this kind of bronze shimmery tree to outline them. And that's when I looked at these and I thought something's wrong. It was their ears. They needed ears. So these are the pieces that I used for ears. So the holly vine were the ears. And the branch makes the antlers. Now this is for a bigger reindeer, which you'll see in a minute. And then I just used the black pen and then added little silver shimmer for the little eyeballs. But there I have a nice border on this page. I didn't make a double page on this. I just made one, but you get the idea. I want you to see. So here's the larger deer. And when, as I said, when you cut this makes the larger piece. You can even cut it a little bit longer. Doesn't take much. You can get a lot of branches out of one of those pieces of the cardstock. Now, I did have to free fussy cut some ears on here because those the holly vine weren't large enough. They were great for the little ones, but they weren't really quite big enough. It didn't look right. So here are the antlers. This was a 3x3 square that I cut at an angle. This is the paw print, that center of the paw print punch for the nose. And then I just added some little stickers on there with the peppermint. This is on a mat. Both of these are matte. I cut this one down a little bit because they were both 4.5 by 6.5. So I cut it small enough or large enough that the reindeer would fit, but then I wanted to have a little frame around it. So that's what I did. So there's the first one. Now, can't do reindeer without thinking about Rudolph. So this is my Rudolph reindeer. Again, this was I think this was a 4x4 square, and you'll see I made a wreath, and I'm going to show you that in a moment, but this was the part that I cut out of the center of the wreath, and I thought I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to use that. So here's Rudolph, added a few little sticker bling, and this is like an enameled dot bling on there, popped up sleigh ride on some foam squares, and I did on my on all the deer. I added a little bit of some eyelashes and a little bit of pen work on the ears, and to make it look a little bit more like fur. But I'm real happy with that. Now I have another one to show you with the reindeer punch. First, here's my border. Very simple. Actually, everything is stickers except for the two reindeer that I punched. Again, I went into my bling, I believe Totally Tonal. My stash, Totally Tonal perhaps. Use whatever you have. You know, all those little odd pieces of things that you can't really do a whole page makes a really nice border. This was, I believe, 3.5-inch border, and put the sticker strips. And I didn't pop any of this up. I just left it flat, but I think it makes a very beautiful border. And my grand finale, let's see it. Okay, here it is. So I used the large custom cutting system, the large oval, and I used the blue blade on both sides, both inside and outside. And remember I said this was that circle that was in the middle, but then I used that evergreen punch. Oh, I forgot to pull that up to show you. Yeah, this evergreen, I love this one. So I used this evergreen punch to make the fur for that's F-I-R, not F-U-R, to make that for the wreath, and I just layered it, you know, to put long pieces, short pieces, mix it so it didn't look funny. And then I had that, and then I added the reindeer. This was, this was from a card kit. It was a bonus from a card kit. It's 2 pieces here. I added some shimmer to that. I did pop this bow up on foam squares. I popped up this poinsettia sticker on foam squares. I kept the deer flat because I didn't want those little antlers to get stuck or something. And this, some of you, if you are advisors, you might recognize this, or if you were at open house, I'm going to say 2019 maybe. This was this was one of our open house giveaways, and I just love that design. So I just cut them at an angle because I wanted some special corners on there. And there we have it. This was a mat. and I saw that it had the same design as this saying that I really love. So I cut the mat again with the custom cutting system, a smaller oval, just enough so that I could fit this on inside, added a couple of stickers, pop this up on foam squares, and I think this is really be a beautiful title page. Well, thank you so much for watching. I know this is a crazy, hectic time. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. I hope you like those ideas. Think of some more. Share ideas with me as well. I would love that. Until next time, if you want to have any questions or comments, please put those in the comments below. Don't forget that if you don't have an advisor and you need an advisor, I would like to have that job. If you have an advisor, please support your advisor. You can visit my website, lindascrapbookingstation.com, or I also will have the link in the description below for you to shop with me on the Creative Memories website. Until next time, happy scrapbooking.